This is one of my favorite new home communities in the city of Overland Park. And that's because over the last several months, we've had a number of different buyers and clients reach out asking where they can find new construction in the highly sought after Blue Valley School District in the 600s, the 700s, and even the lower 800s. And this community has some of the most competitive prices that you'll find in the area. In this video, we are touring the Newport 1.5 by Wheeler Homes. It's a brand new model here. 2-story ceilings. There's a loft upstairs. It has a tandem 4th car garage. Throughout the video, we're going to break down the community and the competitive prices behind this brand new model home. It is 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, 2609 square feet. It's priced in the lower 700s. Now, I have been waiting months to take you all inside of this model, and it was finished up just a week or two. They just got sod in, and as soon as you step inside, one of the biggest features is the 2-story ceilings. Over the past couple of weeks, we've toured a number of homes that have tall ceilings as well as a loft space upstairs, but none of them have had a 4th car tandem garage, which we're going to show you in just a second. The first thing, so you saw the elevation, it's striking, it's got great curb appeal and presence from the street, but once you step inside, you've got the glass panel French doors. They're 8 foot tall. Most of the doors on this main level are, and then of course, you've got the transom window up top. But what I really like, one of my favorite things in plans is when they all flow. All the entries to the house flow to the same spot. A lot of times, like the garage entry, for example, it's usually disjointed, which means you're walking in from different ends of the house. We've got that garage entry right here. They added some wallpaper, they did some nice design touches, and just wait till you see the master bathroom. But we're actually going to show you around the corner as well, where you've got the boot bench. And that's why I bring this up, is even when you come in through the front door, you've got this boot bench here, which is just perfect. Now, I forgot to put the floor plan on the screen, so we're going to do that right now so you can see exactly what we're talking about here. And we are going to head over to the other side of the entry. This is our first secondary bedroom. This is extremely important to have on the main floor, whether it's an office, whether it's a true guest bedroom. You've got the casement windows that crank open in the front. These are great. A lot of times we see them at the front of the house, and at higher price points, we see them everywhere. But the reason these are so good, and we've had people reach out that are like, we love to talk about the windows. So if this is repetitive, I apologize, but I think this is important for everybody to hear. These crank open, which means you get more airflow. There's no bar in the middle, so you get a better look from the curb. And on top of that, they're the only window that has a weather seal all the way around. And then of course, we've got our walk-in closet, which even has an 8-foot door there as well. Now, we mentioned the wallpaper. You're going to see it in quite a few places in this house. This is one of the first. It's the full bath that services the main floor, that secondary bedroom. I think it's a great look. It's a linen kind of weave. It's got a herringbone pattern to it. And then what I also like is you've got this closet here off of the entry. And then one more thing, I'm going to go back to it. We're going to backtrack a little bit, is the floor in that bathroom. They did it herringbone as well. I'm a big fan. Creates a lot of texture. It's a nice look, and it costs more money to lay the tile that way. But this is really the hallmark of this plan. Now, something that I hinted at in the beginning of this video is the price in this community, not just for this plan, but for pretty much all the homes in this community. For example, we'll get into this a little bit later, but I ran the numbers for the median and average prices for new homes in the entire Blue Valley School District here in Overland Park. And right now the median, I'll put the graphic on the screen, it's $905,000, the typical house that you could find here. The average is $1.05 million because we've got a lot of luxury homes. Here in Southern Meadows, and this is one of the big reasons, it's one of my favorite communities, the median is $733,000 and the average is $730,000. Super consistent, very hard to beat that price for new construction. But this exact model, if you look in areas like Overland Park, other communities where they build this west of the highway, most of the time you're going to see them in the upper 800s, 900s, and even several going over $1 million, which is why this for under $725,000 is crazy. And they have several build jobs at that price. But the kitchen, We've got to note cabinets. They're going all the way to the ceiling. You've got the glass cabinet doors on the uppers. And of course, a big thing happening right now is this 3D or textured tile. It's got a ceramic glaze to it. But again, you had the wallpaper, the herringbone floor in that half bath or the full bathroom, and quite a bit of texture there. The other thing I really like is you have this mitered edge. Has a really nice look. It's got quite a bit of veining and movement in the top. And then I really like how it goes with the gold hardware. And one thing I noticed, one thing I've pointed out to clients in the past when we're walking through homes, it is really, really, really hard to match all the gold stuff because each manufacturer, they'll have like a champagne bronze, they'll have a true gold, they might call it brushed brass. They all have a different name for it. Everything in here, for the most part, matches very nicely. I love the composite sink down below. Of course, we do have profile series appliances, stacked microwave and oven. We'll kind of move towards the 36-inch gas cooktop there. And then I do want to get you a shot of the pantry. You do have a little prep area in there, which is great. And we're going to move on to the great room over here. So, two-story ceilings. And the reason I brought this up at the beginning of the video is because it's not very common to see two-story ceilings with a loft space upstairs. But the nice part of this loft, and we'll get to it in a moment, is this is all open to the great room. So if the kids are up there, if that's a media room, if that's a game room, you can you've got a vantage point when you're standing behind the kitchen island right there. But super tall ceilings, fireplace accentuates it. You've got the beams up top, which really complements the lighter flooring, and of course the traditional fireplace surround there as well. Now, one thing I really like about Wheeler, and we'll break down all the builders in this community and this builder in a little bit more detail, is that they have quite a few options for things that you can upgrade. So even at the price you're seeing this at, under $725, that's kind of mind-boggling. And I'm probably going to bring this up a couple more times, but one of those features would be a double-sided see-through fireplace so that while you're on the patio around the corner, you've got that dual functionality. That's actually where we're going to go next. Then we'll come back to the dining room back here. But like we mentioned, this is in Model Row in Southern Meadows. They have sold a number of their models. This community is moving very quickly. And I'm going to put some drone footage on the screen from months and months and months back where we did the first video here. And now I'm going to flip to what it looks like now. The progress here has been just incredible. There are a lot of communities around Kansas City that have finished inventory sitting that they're trying to sell. Here, they're about 30 to 60 days out for their furthest along homes. A lot of them have already sold. A lot of them are build jobs, and this community has a lot of velocity and momentum behind it. On the map, I will put a picture of where it is located. It is off of Mission Road and 186th Street. It looks further out, but one of the reasons it's going so quickly and it's in such high demand is because you have very quick access because of Mission Road. So you're 6 minutes to highway access. You're about 12 to 15 minutes to Prairie Fire and the 135th Street corridor. And on top of all of that, this is in the Blue Valley School District, which is highly sought after. It's one of the highest rated school districts here in Kansas City. And this community will be over 1,200 home sites. For context, if you've been looking around Kansas City, if you're moving from outside of the town, or if you're local, most of our communities here, they tend to be a few hundred homes. So 1,200 home sites. This is a huge deal. And usually what we see is as soon as those amenities go in, as soon as prices continue to increase, as soon as future phases are unlocked, that's when we typically see the prices start to go up. But I think a big reason why this is selling so quickly is because the Blue Valley School District, where it's located, and because these are the beginning phases. But enough about that. We'll get more to the community here in a moment. I love that, and we'll show this later too. Love that you've got access from the master. Coming back inside, we mentioned all of the options that this builder has. One that I really like here is you've got the bump out, you've got the hutch built in here, and you've got the transom window there as well for even more light. Box vault up top. They really added some nice touches. Gold light fixtures, 3 windows. You're getting a ton of light in that corner of the house. But the last part of the main floor, and then we'll check out the garage and we'll take a look at the loft after that, is the master suite. So what I like about this is our downstairs staircase right here. Laundry room is to your left, and then here is the master. And just watch out. We're going to show you some wallpaper that we've never shown on the channel before. I think it's got a great look. But you've got a box vaulted ceiling, cove lighting, 3 windows, and a very tasteful accent wall that gives you a nice classy amount of texture there. We'll show you the porch access as well. This is a really good flow to it. And this plan, I want to mention, they also build it as a reverse 1.5. So like I know a lot of you'll see those super tall 2-story ceilings, you'll see the loft, and that's a big attraction. But if you like the layout of this main floor, if you like the garage we're going to show you here in a second, the reverse 1.5 version, very, very similar on this main level. And then you get the finished basement. So coming into you can kind of see it in the shot behind me. Look at this wallpaper. It's a linen texture to it. It's got a nice pattern. This is not the easiest stuff to put up because anytime you see floral or designs like this, you always have a larger repeat. But this is all seamless. You've got the freestanding tub, the gold hardware, and then you've got the walk around shower, which is really coming back. There's quite a bit of demand. I've got a couple clients one that actually closes on a new build tomorrow. They did something very similar. And then I've got another client about to build, and that's the same type of shower they're wanting. So I'm hearing a lot of demand for that. Frosted window, and then you do have a wall-to-wall vanity, upgraded countertops, beautiful stain color. You even have the makeup counter in the middle and a full width mirror on top of all of that. But around the corner, you do have the water closet, and straight back, we've got the master closet, still with really good ceiling heights. It's all enamel. And I should have mentioned the carpet in the master, as well as the closet here, has been upgraded too. I will get you a quick shot of the award-winning plaques here. I like to see them in the closet. We've never seen them in the closet before. That's okay. The main thing is that you're seeing them. This plan has been around. They've got quite a few different versions of it, whether that's adding a 3rd bedroom upstairs, an expanded version that gives you a little bit more square footage, and so on. But coming in to the laundry room, you've got the sink. That's a big request, is having the sink in the laundry room. And of course, you've got the built-in there as well. But as promised, we're going to cut to the garage here. The first thing that I want to mention, I'm going to show drone shots of the exterior here, because I really like having light in the garage, or at least some windows in the garage. And they were able to achieve that with the glass panels on the garage door. They are an upgrade, but they make the elevation look great, and they give you a ton of light in here. You're seeing the sprinkler system in the corner. It's a community requirement here in Southern Meadows. And at the top of the description, speaking of community requirements, that is one of the pricing factors and one of the important things you want to look at when you're evaluating different communities, the cost of what you're looking to build, and of course the big one when it comes to new construction, which is what's actually included in the price. So totally free guide, top of the description. If you download it, it'll walk you through all the steps, how to find the best builder floor plan community, and how to make sure the pricing gives you as much value as possible. 4th car garage, below $1 million. This is a tandem, but it's very rare we see extra garage space. Out here, it's been a really big hit, and around Johnson County and Overland Park, this has been a big hit for boats, RVs. They're gonna have mountain biking trails here in the community. We'll get to the amenities here later on, but having that extra garage space, whether it's for a gym or a woodworking station, it's not easy to find. A lot of these homes, the standard is gonna be 3-car garages, but this extra space gives you a lot of latitude, a lot of flexibility with what you could do with the house. Now, moving on to the 2nd level, you're seeing the floor plan on the screen. I do want to start, because this is the hallmark of the plan. I do want to start with a view of the 2-story ceilings. Like, this is a vantage point in the house. Another one is right behind that kitchen island. You can see everything. You've got a great line of sight, and it feels nice, open, spacious. And that's why I'm so shocked that the price for this is below $725, especially given today's prices, where they're headed, where they're going. But the last thing, before we continue on this, I should tie up a couple loose ends from when we discussed the community. I'll put the plat map on the screen right here. One important detail is that these lots are extra deep. So most of these lots that you'll see around Kansas City, a lot of them are 160 to 180 feet deep. These are around 200. Some of them are even bigger than that, which means you get a little bit more distance between the neighbors in the back if you're not up against a tree lawn or up against like green space, which is super, super nice. It gives you more space for the backyard, more space for outdoor living. But anyway, the loft up here, it's a perfect spot. I love how they've built this out. You've got the media console, bookshelves on the side, and then of course you've got the sitting area and storage below. But overall, a great size. You've got the windows, creates privacy, the box vault up here. This has been a very, very big hit. And unlike a lot of the 1.5s that have had the tall ceilings and the loft upstairs, having this open is really nice. But this isn't the only spot up here. You also have this desk built in right here, which is a great look. I love the seating underneath. But excellent, excellent, especially if you've got kids, you need a spot for a desk and to do homework. This is our third bedroom, our first one upstairs. They have upgraded the carpet density, the pad, got a casement window on the side. 8-foot ceilings up here, but the nice thing is you have a pretty good sized walk-in closet. And then we are going to kind of give you another angle of this bedroom. Actually, yeah, Alex, if you step back 1 or 2 spots, there's a lot of staging for it. You've got the bed, the nightstands, you've got the dresser on the side, you've got the wall art there. There's quite a bit in here, and you've got plenty of more space. So the size of these bedrooms is actually pretty good compared to most homes and secondary bedrooms that we see. But you do have the shared bathroom vanities right here, cultured marble top, framed mirror, and then around the corner, we've got the shower as well as the toilet. You got a linen texture flooring here, and the tile linen closet right there as well. And then the final part up here is bedroom number 4. Again, the casement windows in front for the better look of energy efficiency and airflow, and of course, our final walk-in closet in the corner. Now, in most of the videos you'll see on the channel, that last secondary bedroom, that's usually where we end the video. But for this one, because of this community, all of the velocity behind it, we've got plenty more to break down. And we're actually gonna go take a look at the basement downstairs, what that would look like if you did finish it. Before we get to that, the builder lineup here is just incredible. Some of my favorite builders in Kansas City. You've got Wheeler Homes, the builder of this one, the Newport 1.5, all of the variations of that, as well as the reverse 1.5 story. Big hit because of that 4th car tandem garage. Second, we've got SAB, and these are in no particular order. This is just how I'm listing them. SAB Construction, they've got a Redbud 2 model that we showed on this channel. It also had a tandem 4th car garage, but it was a 2-story. SAB, they're an incredible builder. The amount of homes for the price and the level of finishes is just incredible. The Riviera we also showed. We've got Doyle Construction. One of my clients is building with them their Arcadia plan, which is beautiful. We toured their Hudson plan just next door. They've got some of the best trim carpentry in all of Kansas City. Lambie Homes, their Bridgewater plan. I'm a big fan of their Hampton plan as well. It's a reverse 1.5 story. I thought the inside was just gorgeous. And even the Bridgewater, you get the 2-story ceilings and even a loft space upstairs. Inspired Homes, we've shown them on the channel quite a bit recently. Their Opus 2 is beautiful. They've got the Glenwood farmhouse model that just sold here and plenty of other inventory. And of course, Gabriel Homes, builder of one of the most popular 2-story floor plans in all of Kansas City, the McKenna. They have a version 1 and a version 2. The second one, a little bit bigger. You get an extra bedroom on that main floor. And of course, they've got the Richmond and the Bella, which is a 1.5 story plan as well. But we are going to head downstairs in a moment. We'll get to the amenities. But like I mentioned, this community, it's been one of my favorites since day one. It's not every day that we see a community that has this much momentum behind it, lots that are this deep, this type of builder lineup. And on top of that, all of these, like, they don't have any inventory. A lot of communities do right now. Oh, let me get the light real quick. Oh, will you hit it? There we go. A lot of communities have several homes sitting right now that are completely finished. This one, they sold them all. So that's why they're a few months out. But this is all despite interest rates being high, which is why I think if you're in the market, new construction in the Blue Valley School District, this one is just really tough to beat, especially with the builder lineup. But this lower level, I'm showing it to you because at this price, you might be wanting more square footage. You might be wanting to finish this lower level, which could probably get you around 1,200 plus square feet down here because it is a pretty big footprint. So you've got the stubs for the full bath down here. The bedroom and egress window are right here. And then the rest of this, however you'd like to finish it, you can pretty much do. This is basically the rec room right here. If you wanted a media center, if you wanted a wet bar, that could easily be done. But it gets you quite a bit more square footage. And then of course, that's all in addition to the unfinished space right there as well. Now, an important part of this community, it's the amenities. They're planning on sometime in 2026. I'll put the renders on the screen, but this is like a state-of-the-art, like developer went to some of the biggest master plan communities all over the country, not just in Kansas City. And that's how they came up with a plan for these amenities. As you can see, you've got a huge pool with junior competition lap lanes. You've got a kid pool, a hammock garden, playground. You've got a clubhouse, pickleball courts, basketball, tennis courts, frisbee golf. You've got golf cart parking. It's going to be one of those communities. I know some of you who reach out, you're looking for community where you've got that feel where it makes sense to drive around a golf cart. It's probably what this is going to be like with over 1,200 plus homes. Electric vehicle charging stations in the parking lot of the community center. And of course, you've got walking and mountain bike trails throughout the community. Again, these will be opening sometime in 2026. But the big thing about these communities, I know a lot of people are looking for amenities right off the bat. One perspective that I think explains all of the demand here is that as soon as those are in, the amount of people that start deciding to make the move, start building, et cetera, it goes up. And that's usually when we see the prices go up as well because of supply and demand. So once again, any questions, buying, building, new construction here in the Kansas City area, whether it's Overland Park or whether it's like Lee Summit, north of the river, we go through all of these communities every single week, some of the top builders, top floor plans. We want to make sure you get as much value as possible. So feel free, give me a phone call, text message, email. I'd love to set you up for success. Totally free guide at the top of the description. Everything broken down in that guide is exactly why I'm saying this is one of my favorite communities. The value here is incredible for the price point. Also, big thank you to Wheeler Homes. We've been looking forward to doing this model for a long time. I remember doing the first video out here and this was just flat. It hadn't even been dug, the foundation. Here we are with a model home. And of course, big thank you to Jamie and Liz, the on-site agents here. With that said, there are 2 videos on the screen. This is a whole playlist, all the Southern Meadow videos. There are like 5 or 6 in there. So take your pick there or click right here for the video YouTube thinks you'd enjoy the most. So click there or here, and I'll see you on the other side.